Hi guys, so today I'm doing a bit of work in the polytunnel. I've got this old raised bed here which was 3 decking boards high. I used to use it years ago just for starting off seeds. I put some glass over the top so it was like just a insulated cold frame. I haven't used it for a while, so what I've done is I've cut the top section off, so I've got a double and a single, and I'm going to put the double raised bed at the end of the polytunnel here and a single next to it there. This polytunnel originally, this is my big shingle area. I've got 16 ton of pea shingle here, and it's where I used to grow my pots for tree seedlings and things. I'd just grow them in pots on the gravel, and I could move them around on the gravel, and it kept the weeds down and stuff. So I never really intended to grow anything in here in the ground, hence why I just put it up on the shingle. But I've actually decided I may as well make use of it and put these raised beds in here. So I've raked the shingle back. I'm just going to put these in, and then I'll cut the weed mat in so that it's got contact with the earth, and then I've just got to fill it with compost, and that'll give me a couple of beds in here that I can get some early crops going, and possibly through the winter I could keep some winter salad crops going in here as well. So I'll get these down, and then I'll cut the weed matting up. That's just about right. See if I've got the right length there. Ooh, perfect, I think. So this top one was originally the bottom, and it was a bit rotten, so I had to just cut some more bits of timber for the corners and screw it back together. But it'll do for what I want here. So that's perfect. That'll give me a slightly deeper bed there, and then a slightly less deep one here. I might even try doing some early carrots. I mean, I know carrots aren't really something that you'd necessarily do in a polytunnel, but I might just get a few rows of early carrots in here to bring them on quick. So this bit of extra gravel I can always move out anywhere else where needed, but for now I'll just leave it as it is. So I'll cut the weed mat in. This was just a woven weed mat that I've got under my gravel to stop the weeds from coming through quite so much. There you go. So that's cut within an inch or so of the edge, all around, so that the compost and the plants will all be in contact with the ground. So all I need to do now is to get some compost. I'm going to use a combination. I've got a little hotbed in the corner of the polytunnel here, which is just a big old shipping crate. One of my customers had a big statue thing delivered. It's about a 4-foot square shipping crate, and I use that sometimes as a hotbed. Last year I don't have any manure, but I used just grass clippings and wood chip, and what I found was it would only keep the temperature for about sort of 2 weeks, and it starts to cool down. So I'll just top it up every couple of weeks with some fresh grass, bit of compost mixed in so it didn't go too sludgy. So pots off, top it up, pots back on, and it worked for a few weeks. So I will be using that again at some point, because I'm having a bit of a nightmare of my paraffin heater blowing out. But I'm going to dig that out because that should have composted down. That can go in the bottom of the big one. Then I've got a mixture of I'm going to use some homemade, and I've got a few sacks of some cheap compost too, to sort of top it off with a mixture of my own. So I'll get on and fill these, and then I've got a few salad crops. I've got some salad onions, I've got some lettuce seeds, and I've got some rocket, and I think I've got some parsley I brought down. So I'm just going to get a few things going in here. Oh, and some early Nance carrots too. Like I say, I'll just give me a little bit of extra growing space in the tunnel, so it can give me some earlier crops. And I would like to try growing some winter salad crops, just enough for a small pick in here and there of outer leaves. It's something I haven't tried before, so going into next winter, that's something I'd like to try. So I'll get on and fill these, and then we'll sow some seeds. Right, so I've dug out the hotbed. This is what I use as my hotbed here. So it's a big crate. It's nearly 4 foot square, and I lined it with plastic, but the plastic isn't completely sealed. It's little cut off bits of plastic, so the water can drain out. They're just overlapping a little bit. That just stops the wood from rotting too much. And all I do is when I start, I'll half fill it with grass and wood chip, and that will keep the warmth. I've got a sheet of perspex to go over the top. I do hold the perspex up with a bit of timber. I don't want it completely sealed. That just helps to hold a bit more warmth in. And then all I do is when I've got a thermometer stuck into it, when the temperature starts to drop, I just lift the pots out onto the tables, cut a bit more grass. You know, I've got plenty of tracks I can cut here. Cut a bit more grass and just put another big trugful in, spread it out, and that gets the heat straight back up within hours. Put the pots back on it, and away you go again. So I was really pleased. Just put the camera down here. Really pleased because it actually got a lot more compost than I thought. So that is all just what I've dug out. I'm up to the first board in this deep bed and halfway up the second board there. So what I've got here is a barrel load of my own compost. And I'm just going to put this between the two, so that'll do for that one. And a bit on there. So in my hotbed, like I say, I just use grass and wood chip because that's what I've got. I have been offered horse manure from a local stables, but I've heard a lot of stories about horse manure containing certain residues of sort of herbicides, selective herbicides that are used on pasture land when they make the hay. And I just don't want to take the risk. I'd rather use all my own stuff. I know that my own grass from here, or the grass from my gardening jobs, because I do all the maintenance. I know it hasn't had any treatments. I won't take it if it has treatments. I'd put it just when I treat the moss on grass, I'd put the first few cuttings just around my trees up in the woods. I won't actually put it in the compost. So yeah, I mean, grass and wood chip is a bit more high maintenance because I have to keep topping it up. but it does work. It'll hold the heat for a couple of weeks, and then all I do, like I said, just top it up, and that'll do for another couple of weeks. So I'm going to put a bit of compost on top, just to give me a slightly finer base to plant into. And then when they get their roots down underneath, there'll be all the goodness of my compost, homemade, and of the hotbed that I've dug out. I haven't done much polytunnel and greenhouse growing. In my other polytunnel, I've done tomatoes for many years, but I've had blight for the last couple. So I'm gonna give that a rest, that polytunnel, this year. Plus the storm tore the plastic, so I really need to get a new cover on it at some point. I'm going to leave that polytunnel empty this year. So this one should be enough. On here. Just break up the lumps a little bit. So these raised beds are really easy to make. You know, you literally just need 4 bits of timber. If the timber's thick enough, you don't even need to put anything in the corners like I have. These are just decking boards. I just thought they needed a bit of extra support, so I've just put some 2x2s and a bit of 3x2 in the corner just to screw into. So I'll just give this a bit of a tamp down. That's looking good. I mean, I'm not going to worry about filling it up any more than that, because what I'll do is each year I'll put on an inch of my own compost. So it's basically just like a no-dig bed outside, only inside. And that'll do the job. So this will settle a little bit, I'm sure. I'm not going to sort of walk on it or anything like that. Just the weight of the water, when I water it, will knock it down a bit, and I'll give it a good bang down like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll finish this bed off later, this lower one. Just knock that out like that. What I'll do is we'll get some seeds planted in this one. Right now it's getting a bit late, nearly time to go in for dinner. So I'm just going to get a few rows of seeds planted, get them watered. Job's a good one. Let's go, let's see what we got. Right, so I'm just going to get a couple of rows of some seeds in. I've got some early Nance carrots here. These are a couple of years old, these carrots. They're in there last year, so by the end of 2022. So we'll just have to see how they do. I'm just going to literally with my finger just pull a line across. Any twiggy bits, just take them out. So sort of quarter, no more than ½ inch deep. Really, I don't do my carrots any deeper than that. And then just try and gently tap them out. The thinner you can get them, the better. You don't want to be thinning them too much. But I'm sure in here won't suffer too much with a carrot fly, but even so, fairly thin little taps, and just, you know, you want to aim for a couple every inch, and then you can always take a small harvest of little ones as they come through and leave something to get a touch bigger. I'm actually going to draw a second line about 6 inches away, put a couple of rows of these in. Can't beat a nice fresh carrot. Come on, seeds, there we go. Okay, that's 2 rows of carrots. Seal them up nice and tight, and then just pinch the soil over, pinch it over like that. And just a little firm down because it's fresh compost laid. But the weight of the water will firm it anyway. And then next I've got some salad onions. They're called ramrod spring onions. Get a row of these in. Again, these are probably, say, yeah, about half an inch deep. All these little seeds, they all seem to be about half an inch. You can't really go wrong if it's slightly less, slightly more. It shouldn't be a problem. Just as near as possible. Then it's not rocket science. And with these, I'm not too worried if they're fairly thick, because I'll just pull them as I want them, and they will sort of grow as a bunch anyway. They tend to push each other apart. It's fairly dense, but you know, I like to harvest them from small, and I'll just pick them from along the row, leaving a few in, and then they can then have a bit more room to get bigger. So you pick a few smaller ones, take 1 or 2 out, sort of per inch, and they're small, and leave the rest in to get a bit bigger. That's those, and then this next row, and this is the last one that I'm going to do today. I'll get some more stuff in here tomorrow. I'm just going to put a row of rocket in. Again, I've never grown rocket indoors in a polytunnel or anything. It's always just been direct sown outdoors, but I just had a look through my tin and just picked some stuff to get in. And I'm after getting a few salad crops in. So that's what I want. That's what I'm going to put in. What I'm trying to do this year is to not do too much stuff. I know it sounds silly, but when you grow veg, you can get a bit carried away. I've done it many times, and you end up buying lots of stuff that you don't even really eat. You just want to try it. And I've ended up wasting whole seasons with certain beds growing things I don't necessarily eat much of. So what I'm doing this year is I'm just concentrating more on the things I know I eat. So I'm trying to grow a lot of broccoli, a lot of kale, a lot of onions. I love my Brussels. I use my Brussels not just for boiling, you know, like a lot of people just have them at Christmas. What I've found out since I've been growing my own is they're actually lovely in anything. Stews, soups. Just cut them in half, put them in a soup that you boil for a couple of hours, simmer, you know, for a couple of hours. They break down, and they really thicken the stew and just give it a really nice taste. I'm growing a lot of Brussels, good couple of beds of Brussels. And then beans, we eat runners and dwarf beans. So yeah, I'm just, you know, concentrate on things that you do eat. It sounds like a silly thing to say, but a lot of people make the mistake of going in and like I say, I've done it and just buying lots and lots of different seeds that you haven't really got the room for, and you grow lots of little bits of lots of things, and you end up not liking half of it. So just stick with what you know that you like and just grow a good load of that. Right, let's give those a quick water. The compost was fairly moist, but I'll give it a good soak. And there we go, one raised bed, seed sown. A couple of hours, that's all it took. You know, give it a go, guys. A few bits of old timber, you know, really easy. So give it a go, you know, outside or inside, wherever you got the space. See you next time, guys.